is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family that bang in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand, flipping the script.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Night CrossFit Talk. It's that time again. Jamie, Latimer, Carolyne Prevost, and myself, Scott Switzer, gathering together to hang out with all of you and talk about the world of CrossFit and other fitness stuff and see what's going on in the space. And it's been a pretty slow week, and then a little bit happened today. So we're going to jump into a little bit of that, but don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help us a ton when you do that. And yeah, we really appreciate it. And if you feel so inclined, if you want to support the channel, you can do that for as low as $2.99 a month by hitting that join button and joining us at the lowest level or whatever you feel fit to do. And we are up to like 40 new members this year. Ooh. And that's awesome. And we appreciate you, each and every one of you, because it really helps us put the show on every day that we do. So really awesome for that. So what's going on, Jeff Bako? We got Fergie in the house, Clock, Meredith, Terry. We've got Vicky and new member Jeff Bako. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. We appreciate that so much. Truly. In fact, I think I'm going to release a couple more of those Masters videos as members only for a week, and then we'll release them to the general public as we go on. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with some of those as I work to finish Hattie's part 2. But as I'm finishing part 2, I don't know if you guys saw, there was a change in what Hattie is doing. She made the announcement on Glinton Things on Friday, and so I need a new ending.
I missed that.
So she has decided to change coaches.
Oh, no.
I know.
Her coach that she had that was at the games, that guy was her coach for her whole career and then works, like, is at her gym?
No. He was her coach for the last 2 years, January of 24 through now. And he is in Houston. She is in Canada, of course. She did go down and train with Kelly Baker when Kelly Baker made the games, and they trained together with the coach. But that coach was also Jamie's coach last year. So we're a little close to the matter here, but I talked to the Glenn Things, and I'm actually going to use the announcement from their podcast as part of the ending to the documentary.
Okay.
So I just got to figure that all out.
Where's she going? Does it say? Did you say?
Brute.
Oh, okay.
And Jeff. She said Jeff, and I didn't know who that was.
Like Jeff is the coach for Brute? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Who that be?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Brute a little bit.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm playing with the light. So Fergie comes in here with the Blair Witch camera shot tonight, and Lex from the other room just zoomed in and sent me a video of me with the like little ring light. But if I don't have this light on, it's so dark in my place. So I'm just trying to.
It's because what's behind you is dark.
Yeah.
So it's all on your face, and that's like the Blair Witch. That's why.
I don't know which one. Is this better?
So your ring light is fine.
It's fine.
It's the whole overall light of your apartment. It's okay. Truly, it's okay.
It's too dark in here.
So a little catch up before we get into the stuff. I have quit college football, just so everybody knows. I am no longer watching it. It means nothing to me. And I'm just done. When your team can't even show up to a game with an 0-4 competitor who had to change everybody on the coaching staff and you lay the biggest egg I've ever seen in my life, I am done. So I have free Saturdays now. I can work out like 8 hours.
Well, you got me super nervous because we play UCLA this weekend. It's our homecoming. Like, it was supposed to be a reasonable win, and now it's like we're gonna get stomped. I'm nervous.
I haven't followed much of the college football because Wisconsin has been sucky.
Yeah. I hear you, Clock. Watching UCLA pummel Penn State in the Rose Bowl was fabulous. It was not, but I'm not going to subject myself to that anymore. I'm just not. I cannot live and die by these other people anymore. Except for the Chicago Bears, and I'll get pained for that, but I can only handle one pain a year, and that's my Bears. I'm giving up on everybody else. No more Pittsburgh Pirates, no more Penn State, and I guess I got to no more Penguins until they reshuffle the deck there. So it's brutal for me right now. So with that, Jamie, how's your injury coming?
Good. I had my follow-up, my 3-week follow-up on Friday with the surgeon's assistant. He took x-rays, said it looks good, said I can start driving and weaning off crutches, which I immediately did. Probably overdid it this weekend walking around.
Are you sore?
A little bit. Yeah, I had a lot of pain sleeping last night and was pretty sore walking around today, but I also sat kind of a little bit,
but she could not sleep and she was really sore today.
Well,
Those don't jive, but okay. Okay.
It wasn't really sore. Just like catching and a little bit of soreness. And I feel like I was limping a little bit. So I need to grab my crutch if I'm going to start limping. But I went to the gym and biked. And when I got home, felt a lot better. And I was able to walk around without any pain. But like we went to dinner last night and sat for a while and then drove home from Grand Rapids to Lansing. So I probably was sitting for like, I don't know, 3.5 hours straight at least. And that is what is hard on me. So yeah, I feel like today helped me a lot. Getting to the gym, biking, and moving around a little bit helped.
I need to answer this. Kenneth asks, is this another I will never pick Jason Hopper again moment? If that means that Penn State wins the national championship next year, then I'll take it. Because me saying I was never going to pick Jason Hopper again meant he went out and won the games, and now I look like a fool. So make me look like a fool, Penn State, next year. Go ahead. And Vi, being a Pirates fan is masochistic. Yes, it is. So, well, I'm glad that you're up and more mobile.
Yeah.
Has your upper body just been super sore because you're doing so much upper body? Or
so I haven't been doing a ton of upper body, but I told him what I was doing, and he said, no, stop. No more of that. I was like, I'm just doing like some push-ups. And he's like, no, I don't want you planking right now. I don't want you engaging your abs that much. Basically, he doesn't want it to pull on like the psoas. I'm like, I don't know. It's frustrating because I just feel like I'm not quite like other patients. Like, he's like, well, think about how much abs you use. And I was like, not a lot. Trust me. I would know.
When you're
like,
so efficient, you're so strong. Like, you're not having to work as hard as like other people doing the same movement.
Right. So I don't know. It's tough. I'm trying to listen. I don't want to overdo it and cause a problem, but it's hard.
Yeah.
If I do pull-ups, they're like a few strict pull-ups at a time. I know, like the second I feel like I'm like pulling on my legs, like I just come down and I just do like a couple. Yeah.
Bicep girls it is.
I know. It's all I've heard all weekend.
Meredith says, no point in undoing the work the surgery has done. You've come too far. Yeah. Carolyne, we're going to talk about what you did before this, but you went Toronto has one of the best theater districts in the world. It is very comparable to Broadway. Some say it's just a tick below, but just a tick. And you got to see the MJ experience on the Broadway show.
Yeah, yesterday.
In Toronto. And MJ, it's not Michael Jordan, just for you sports fans, but Michael Jackson. And how was that?
I loved it. I didn't really know what to expect, like how it was going to go down and stuff. So I love like MJ's music in general, like all the songs. The performances were awesome. The middle age and the older Michael, because they had like they had the young kid and then like him and his teenager around 16 and then him as older. The middle and the older were so good. And then the younger kid, his voice was a little bit like nasally and like I was kind of like, he was a good dancer, but like not as good singer. But he wasn't like singing too much. He was more there at the beginning and then kind of didn't see him much after that. It was really, really good. I loved it. I was like, I told my family, I'm like, if you guys want to come to Toronto, go and watch it. Lex and I had a blast. Like we were in our seats, just, bobbing our head, smacking our thigh with the music. And it was good. It was really fun. Well, first of all, we went to the wrong theater at first. Oh, no. So Lex and I had done a Hyrox that day. We'll talk about that after. And then we had taken like the train downtown. It's like very, very fast. And then we walked a few blocks. I don't know, maybe like over a kilometer, almost 2 kilometers to get to the one place. Because that's where we saw the Lion King before. We're like, oh, it's got to be at the same place. It wasn't. And like, we're like 30 minutes, like we were there really early, like 45, almost an hour before. And we just sat and had a coffee, waited. And then like a half hour goes until the show. And we're like, there's no one around. The doors are still locked. Like, what's going on? It was another like 2 kilometers away. We ended up speed walking to get there on time. Yeah, it was and our body was sore. And we were just trying to walk super fast to get there. But yeah.
He was so iconic. I'm of course a little bit older than you guys, but he was so iconic when I was a kid. Like doesn't matter what you listen to, everybody knew Michael Jackson. Everybody watched MTV for Michael Jackson. Everybody watched the specials for him. It was crazy. And I think I'd love to see that musical.
The Thriller performance was really cool. Yeah. And the audience just got like so into it too. Like every time like there was one of his, all of his songs were basically hits, but the major hits, like you could just see the audience loving it. The lady beside me was just standing almost like the whole time and dancing. She was awesome.
You guys were like, we can't stand.
Clock. Everyone loved Thriller, whether they admitted it or not. True. I remember
I'm having these right now. Lex came to bring them to me. The frozen grapes. Have you ever had frozen grapes?
Yes.
Oh, it's like little candy right now. So
when I was a kid, when Thriller came out, like there was a premiere. Like they announced on this day at this time, Thriller will premiere. And like every kid from my high school was like, we've got to be in front of a TV for that moment. And then, of course, they played it like every hour on the hour after that. So if you would have missed a premiere, you weren't going to miss it for long. But it was like 15 minutes, the original full-length Thriller.
Jeez.
Because it was like a little mini movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Judy Reed, I roll frozen grapes in sugar-free Jell-O mix.
I've never tried that.
There you go.
No, I just like them as like little snack candy. I haven't had them in years, and then bought grapes yesterday. Threw them in the freezer, and here I am.
Denise Moore, did they do Ben? You cut out, Carolyne.
I don't think so.
Jeff Baker was more of a PYT fan. That was my jam.
Yeah.
And then I liked the one he did, Dirty Diana. That was like my other big jam. And that's what he played with Slash. Remember when we would freeze our fish oil caps so we did not get the fish burps?
That's good.
I never did that.
I didn't either.
I never really took fish oil. I think I took it for like a month, maybe like 10 years ago, and I just never took them since.
I used to take them a lot, but I bought like high quality that didn't give me the fish burps, so it never had the result to that. But so the next thing I have on the rundown is, and this is just a quick thing. I'll probably talk about it more this week, but like, I think people are forgetting what reels are for, or shorts, or whatever they are. I'm going to give you a peek behind the curtain. I have a software that takes a long form podcast, whether it be the lunch show or this show, and it will go in and it'll pick a segment and it'll make a reel out of it for me. And I don't have the bandwidth to make them anymore.
Right.
So like, I just let AI do it. And I find like these comments are like, people are thinking that's the complete story and the complete context. It's a reel from a long form discussion. And I notice like, it's happening so much that we're dissecting a reel that is 60 seconds of maybe a 20-minute conversation. And it just seems insane to me. And just an example from this week, like we talked, like Corey and I talked about Danielle Brandon and will she get another shot? And in that context, there was like, she is so talented. Like she's like Terrell Owens or Antonio Brown, who got shot after shot after shot because their talent was so great. And when you miss that context of it, we weren't saying she was bad or anything like that. We were just saying like, there seems to be a trend of skipping from place to place. And how many more places can you go? So, and one person said, you're not even considering the smaller places. Yes, we did. We actually talked about like coaches taking their shot with Danielle and maybe making a name for themselves and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's just supposed to be a teaser to go check out the longer discussion. That's what they're there for.
Like highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people, I don't know if it's, I mean, people don't have the bandwidth to go watch full podcasts. Like if they can't consume it in a minute and learn something from it, and that is a problem. People like completely make up their opinion off of a 1 minute section. And I mean, I feel like you find that a lot with politics. Like you find that a lot with like Charlie Kirk posts. Like people are like, oh, this is what he said off of a 30-second reel. And they know him. They know what kind of a man he was just from a 30-second reel. Like it is a terrible way to take in information.
Vi, comparing her to AB doesn't exactly seem complimentary. What we were doing is using examples of people who move from team to team to team in other sports. That's all we were saying. And it's a variety of reasons why they had to leave X team to the next team. Some chose to, some were asked to leave. Yeah. They were all done in different ways. And we use people from all different sports. So anyway, I want to talk about Hyrox Toronto a little bit. I know that Pat Vellner did it, and he made some posts about it today. But our very own Carolyne Prevost and Lex Detroit did it as well. And how did it go? You guys did pro doubles, right?
Yeah. So last year I did it. So last year was the first year they came to Toronto. Last year I did it mixed with one of my guy friends from the gym. I have no want to do this alone. So this is something that, you know, you only want to do with someone. I don't know why people want to do it alone. No, thank you. Long enough. Lex and I did it. So yeah, so she came down. It was great. Like it's very well, it was better organized this year. They had way more people going through it. I'm pretty sure there was 14,000 people that they ran through this for 3 days. The course seemed more packed than last year. They changed the layout a little bit, so you can't even really compare your time from this year to last year because they switched where even things were. No, it was fun. I think when we went, there was 80 or 40 teams out, so like 80 athletes, and then the next 10 minutes there's another group coming. So yeah, every 10 minutes there's athletes, but runs pretty smoothly. The judges I thought were much better this time around for the most part. Like we always had someone watching us the whole time, and I don't think that was the case last year. Lex and I did really well with the stations. I think in the stations we won 4 out of the 8 stations in the pro double. And then I think we would have won the burpee if I didn't get lost there and started talking to the judge, asking if I had to go to another place or here. And I was confused. So I didn't really watch the course go down before, but yeah, I think most of our stations were like top 5, except for sled push. I think that was our worst one, maybe at 7th place there. Where we lose most of our time is, the run. Like it's a running workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some great runners that, their stations are not as good, but you can make up so much time just being a excellent runner. And like Lex and I are good runners, but we're not like, elite long distance runners. So it was fun. Yeah, we basically separated almost everything down the middle. Lex did a little bit more work probably on the machines. The sleds, we evened that up. I did more burpee. I did, most of the burpee broad jumps. She did most of the lunges, just her steps being longer. I'm better at the burpee. So it's nice when you can kind of split things with your partner. So I enjoyed it. I would do another one, like just with a team again, not solo. But
one of the things Pat Vellner pointed out is because he's lived in this CrossFit space, this allowed him to like do this workout pretty stress-free because there's no expectation. And so it allowed him to do something a little bit freer than he's used to doing. Did you feel the same?
Yeah, we didn't practice. We went to the gym that morning to practice just how to transition the sandbag and just went over the standards of the burpee broad jump in a few movements, but like we didn't train for this. It's not our sport. We just showed up. We were just getting a good workout in, a long workout in. Lex hadn't done it before, so figured give it a good effort. No pressure, just do our best. So no, I think the concept is so good though. The fact that it's so low barrier to entry, like there's nothing high skill, there's nothing super heavy. You get so many people from the fitness world that do this, like whether it's F45, Orange Theory, CrossFit, and you can take any one of those people and just kind of make them go through the race. And if it's their first time and maybe they're not as conditioned, they can do a relay style today that they had where you're doing 2 legs of the 8. So the concept of it is awesome. And the fact that they can go through so many people on a weekend is just so smart. Like it's so smart. Like this is a closer sport of going to the Olympics than, CrossFit or like the IF3 in my opinion, or even other things. Like just one standardized test that doesn't change. You can do it all the way around the world, get a bunch of people to go through it, and then you can have qualification times. Yeah, good concept.
Judy Reed asks, how heavy is the sled pull?
The pull? Some people said it was heavy. I thought it was okay. There's different techniques that you can do. Like you can do like the hand over hand, or you can kind of use your body weight to move within your box. I think Lex and I both did mostly just like hand over hand with using our hips, and then maybe as sometimes kind of backed up, but I thought it was okay. One of my friends from the gym, he thought that the sleds were tougher this year than last year with the new turf that they have. Mm-hmm. So, but I think it depends. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So is there anything here that CrossFit can learn? Or do you think that it's just something different and a nice escape from the daily grind of because it is a CrossFit workout. It's just the
just
same one that they do over and over again in different sites. Is it just a break from that, or is there something they do well that can be learned and transferred over to other events?
I just think the fact that they can run through so many people, like I don't know if like that's something that we could do and just like create a shorter, more CrossFit-y, less distance, like we talked about, like one CrossFit workout that can kind of make its way around and at different competitions, like have it with the fans or something that just keeps going. You're just cycling through people. But like even the way that I thought that they were smart in the way that people could go through, like they had, I don't know how to explain it. They would shift the running course and then people could walk this way and then they would wait and then they would shift the running course the other way. And then those people would walk through. So sometimes our runs were longer depending on the timing of when they would have people walk like through the course. But like it was smart, but like the course doesn't stay the same every lap because you could get shifted. I don't know. I just think the concept is cool that it's the same workout that just travels, which is not the premises of CrossFit, but I still think that there's something that you could do with that yearly. Like you could change the workout yearly that can cycle through, or I don't know, but it's pretty popular. That's all I know. It's really growing.
But I think like I don't want to do a long discussion on Hyrox. I think it's valid in what they do, just like 5Ks are valid and 5 milers and half marathons. Those are hugely popular too. And they get 15, 20,000 people through the gate in a day. I think it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, they've just kind of like picked a unique part of the community that's like not just runners, but like can sprinkle in other movements that are easily taught to people. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to the coaches conference. If people didn't see today, it was reported by the Barbell Spin that while Rich Froning was up giving a presentation, that during a Q&A, Don Faul stood up and offered Rich a chance to meet with him and sit down at a table and have a discussion. I took that and I reached out to Jake from Basecamp, Jake, who was actually the MC of that event, and asked what the response was. Did Rich look receptive? Because we don't get that in the Spin article. Yeah. And he said that Rich was extremely receptive to it. And it was a very positive interaction between the two. And the whole crowd then began to applaud and almost rejoice that it seemed like these two people were getting along. So with that and that news, is it too little too late from CrossFit? Or do you think there's still time to salvage it?
I mean, from how Rich has been speaking, it seems like it's too little too late. You're almost thinking like no matter what, I feel like he'll take the conversation just to get that side and just reassurance, I guess, maybe for him, and maybe to say that he did everything he could to stay. But ultimately, I don't know. From what we've been hearing, I don't know that the Mayhem group will stay. I don't know. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So maybe part of them just for the competition aspect, like he had said before, but.
So I didn't know if I was going to show this or not. But this is from Rich Froning's Instagram today. And this seems to be everything I've seen from him all weekend from this coaches congress. And so what I'm going to do is show this and
see the negativity. I know this question's eventually going to come up because it always does. The negativity, the sale looming and all that stuff. And you come to events like this, you know, because you get caught up in watching, you know, whatever. And then, you know, you're in your gym, and your gym is everybody's positive. Most of the people don't even know what's going on with greater CrossFit, you know, ecosystem, right? And you come to an event like this and you're like, man, this thing's still awesome. The people are still awesome. It attracts the same type of people, and we're having a ton of fun. I know people probably saw the same message I was asked in Berlin. I don't even know where we're at anymore. And keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys are the reason why this thing is so great and continues to impact and change lives. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's be honest. We all see the.
So he kept talking all weekend about the positivity that he saw at this coaches congress with all of the community around, and not necessarily like the HQ and the media and all that kind of stuff, but just people teaching people how to coach, going through workouts together, and he just saw a positive attitude. That gave me some hope. And I think it's kind of similar to what Vicky says here. I think there's hope, and it'll come down to who owns it next. Chances are Don won't be there after the sale, so maybe the effort is futile right now, but could change.
Is this coaches congress like live anywhere? Can you watch the whole thing?
No,
Nothing. Just like these little clips.
It's like a all weekend long event where coaches could come and gather and talk, go to workshops and seminars and talk about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like Rich is going to get answers from Don. Not true, clear answers that he probably wants. So I don't know that he's going to but I could be surprised. Like I'm honestly watching, I haven't watched the whole thing, but watching what I have seen of Austin Malleolo and the fact that Rich has brought him on and is working with him and he speaks the exact same way. I don't know. Rich may have a fondness for that. So maybe he's going to be all in on hearing what Don Faul has to say.
See, I think that's one of the reasons I said what I said earlier. I think people are making assumptions based on the Austin Malleolo clip and not seeing the full thing. I have talked to Austin off camera, off performance, and I've seen him speak. They're two different people. And I don't know if that's just the way he is or what, but I don't want to get into that right now. I think it's going to take actions, not words, for Rich.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's been given words over and over and over again. And I think he needs actions. And that may mean that bring somebody from his camp on to a position of leadership with CrossFit.
Well,
has he stated exactly what he's looking for, or he's just kind of, because I feel like I haven't heard what exactly what you want. Like you can talk all this stuff like, oh, I haven't seen anything. Like, what do you want though, Rich? Like, what are you looking like? So that they also know that if they can.
Well, hopefully he'll tell them.
Yeah.
Like exactly. So
I just haven't heard exactly what he's looking for, like in order to stay. Like, what is that is going to make him stay?
Well, I think he does want someone from the Mayhem ecosystem in a leadership role with HQ.
Sorry.
Well, and I do think it makes sense to have someone that represents the affiliates or a couple people that represent the affiliates in the room in the executive level of CrossFit. That makes sense, whether it's just his or whether it's them and CrossFit Reykjavik and it's, some of the other big ones. I don't know. But what really what made this really impactful on me today is last week we did a Fact or Fiction that was a joke. It was a joke saying that maybe CrossFit didn't sell. Maybe they're just duping us all. Maybe they're not going to sell. Well, the further we get into this week, the more I believe that might be the fact. And Jenny says it here in the chat. If the sale is off and they are restructuring, then Dawn is doing damage control because they know that Mayhem is about to make an announcement. And I think this is more our reality. And honestly, last week when we did that as Effective Fiction, I did it as a joke. And here we are a week later.
I don't think it was a joke. I think that was fact. I don't think that's a joke. We've been waiting for over 6 months. I feel
something has fallen apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are making too many commitments as a group right now that it just, I don't know. But while I'm glad that Rich took the meeting, I'm anxious to see if there's any action that helps him settle with anything staying with CrossFit.
I'm just curious, what he wants, what other people, when he says we need all these people in the same room to talk it out and say everything. I just want to know what everyone is looking for. Throw it on the table. It's like the Notebook right now. What do you want?
Savon, when you say the sale is off, do you mean nobody wants to pay the asking price?
Yes.
I don't know what the reason is, but that makes sense to me.
Yes, that's what I feel like has happened.
Or Brookshire believes that they can get more money later or something like that. And so they're overpricing it. I mean, I'm not privy to any of these internal discussions, but that is what would make sense in my mind, is that nobody wants to pay the asking price.
Or they were waiting to see the games, if there's going to be any momentum, and then to get a better asking price after last year. Who knows?
I think they raised the price of affiliates to look like they had more income than they did. And any smart buyer would see the trend of number of affiliates and question that number that they've been given. I mean, you can't say that it's only going to go down. That was a terrible decision to raise it that much.
Yeah, it was way too much, way too fast. And even the grandfather gym at 500, they got a little bit deferred, I think. And then right away, you go from 500 to 4,500. Yeah. That's crazy.
The only deferment people got that I know of, again, I may be misspeaking, is that if you just happened to have a renewal in December, you didn't have to pay that next big 4,500 until the following December. That's what they were kind of using as a benefit. And you could do it month to month now instead of lump sum. And that's what they were trying to sell as the benefits now of this new way. But I don't think anybody got a deferment on that payment.
They may have done something for the grandfather gyms. They may not have all been brought up that immediately.
No,
I don't know. They may have all been brought up. I
think within a certain amount of time, though, they were going taking that away and then going to the 45.
You'd have to ask.
Is it 4,500? Am I getting that number? Yeah.
You'd have to ask Craig Howard of Diablo if he was immediately bumped up or if he got a year. Or, I don't know.
I was happy that the school gym that I have affiliated stayed free, because I wasn't sure whether we were going to have to pay to have that. Because I like that they give
that is awesome,
the free affiliation to, gyms, as long as you don't charge the students, which we don't So I've been lucky enough to have basically everything that the affiliates get for free through the school, which is awesome.
And that's been in place for a long time, right? Schools and.
I mean, my school gym has been affiliated. I think we're on our 7th year now, that we've had it. And I just have to make sure I keep a minimum of a level 1, which I'm assuming now is a level 2, which I have, anyways. As long as someone has a level 2, I think you can keep a free affiliation as long as you're not charging the kids to do a class. If I want to run an after school program for the kids, I'm not allowed to charge them under my, the affiliation.
That makes sense.
Still a cool program.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, I do think that Rich's threat probably played a role in that. It's not as worth as much if he leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, how can it not play a role? Like the amount of like support that Rich has and affiliates that are Mayhem, like you have to talk to Rich. You have to at least try to keep him and do the most that you can.
Yeah.
Like they'd be dumb not to.
I think what sucks in all of this, and you talking about the school gym kind of highlights this. Us nerds that talk about the sport all the time and how it impacts this and that. None of that really matters. It's about how it affects the affiliates and the thousands of people that go to a CrossFit gym every day to get fit. And that's where we seem to be losing our North Star in the discussion of this sale and whether Rich stays or whether Rich leaves or not. That just seems to be the piece that everybody's forgetting about.
Yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, Rich isn't wrong when he talks in that video. Like the gyms, these gyms, these boxes don't know the greater CrossFit ecosystem. 2 people in my gym know who Rich Froning is. Like they don't care.
Yeah. And that's the irony. They care what Rich thinks because they are private equity and not valued or vision driven. Do you see the irony?
Because they're looking at him like a bottom line.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They're not looking at it of we're CrossFit and we're here to make people's lives better. They're here that if he leaves, we lose money.
Yep. Yeah.
But
I hate that it's private equity.
I feel like even like the old CrossFit prior to private equity would still not want to lose Rich and the value that's brought there.
I don't know. I honestly think Greg would have said,
or it's like, okay, you feel like
man.
you can do this better elsewhere. It's kind of like the CrossFit affiliate that moves down the street. It's like, we can still do it. We'll move on type thing. You think it's more, I don't know.
Fergie said, Matt Souza had a great post that CrossFit as a sport is overvalued and undervalued as a healthcare company.
Absolutely.
The cost of healthcare is stupid.
Stupid. Oh my gosh. Did you see my Snapchat, Scott?
I did not. I was going to bring that up. Like you just had hip surgery.
Yeah. And
you got a bill of what it would have cost out of pocket.
$72,000.
That is complete insanity.
It's crazy.
We're so far out of whack.
Yeah.
So far out of whack. Nobody wants to lose Rich. I think that's true.
Yeah.
But I think it's for different reasons.
Yeah.
One, here's what I'll say. Rich brings so much value to the table. His media company, whatever you want to, like when CrossFit was booming, it had a media company that was preaching the word every single day. Rich has taken that formula and used it for himself and Mayhem. And they put out
social media has just changed so much, like over the years, that like CrossFit lost its media team. That's one thing, but then everyone has also done their own like private stuff. Like every camp has their own media stuff. Like if CrossFit could just take some of that plus their own. But no, the Mayhem media is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're losing a voice. You're losing a voice that believes in the methodology. You're losing a voice that believes in CrossFit and what it is and what it brings to the table. I think that is the part that nobody wants to lose.
Well, I mean, you're also losing the 10-time champ, 4-time individual, 6-time team, like what he represents to the sport. Like he is, you know, besides Tia, like I would say this Matt, like he's, you know, the face of the sport, especially on the men's side for that long. Like he's in the Every Second Counts video, all those, like, he means a lot, even just for the affiliate is one thing, but like also the sport, like everything.
Pig Smith. Yeah. I had a cyst taken off my wrist. It was $7,000.
And yes, I know no one pays retail, but like, that's what's kind of annoying, right? Like, I wish it was a little more transparent. Like, what would that have cost as a cash pay? You know, if you didn't have, like, the more I hear about the CrossFit group care, I'm like so interested.
It's funny because I used to work for a company that bought insurance claims from hospitals. We would buy them and then collect on them because it was so hard for the hospital to collect.
Yeah.
The hospital inflates the rates of everything because the insurance will never pay what they ask for.
No.
So they have to inflate the rate to get just what they're looking for. It's this stupid game that we have created, and now like it's totally distorted everything we're willing to do.
That's what I was saying to Aaron, because I think on my bill it shows like 72, and then it says like 80% of that is like the insurance company won't pay. So like the actual bill is 11,000, and that's what my insurance is covering. And so instead of it being a $40,000 procedure and they would have only gotten 8, they're like, no, you need to make that say 70,000 so we get 11. You know?
Or if you guys, now obviously ours is not the same in Canada. Ours is free. Well, free, but you guys have like deductibles too, right? So sometimes like if you're going off your deductible, it costs less, or what is it? They'll adjust the price a lot of times based off of if it's coming out of your deductible or not.
I've never had anybody adjust based on the deductible.
I've heard it.
And I've had a ton of procedures done in the last few years, but anyway, Larry Young had something. Here we go. I hope we all patch things up, but people are undervaluing Rich, whatever the FFO means, might get shocked. I don't know, but he seems to move the needle.
He certainly moves the needle. There's no denying that.
I don't think we're denying that he moves the needle. I think that what we were saying, the ironic part of it is the private equity firm look at the needle in a way of dollars and cents, and the hardcore CrossFitter looks at it in the value that Rich brings to the table as a mouthpiece and a human being. Okay. F around and find out. I gotcha. Slow on the acronyms these days. I would, and I know that the oversimplification of what I saw as buying these insurance claims was an oversimplification. I know it's much more complicated than that. And I can see people that have worked in the hospital industry all answering those questions as well. So thank you for all of that. So on to that, then we had the announcement that wasn't supposed to be an announcement, but got leaked on Boys Interrupted. And that was that Brute is spreading out across the country. Matt Torres is leaving Jacksonville. Dallin is apparently leaving Jacksonville. Jason never was in Jacksonville. James left a year ago from Jacksonville, I guess. So they've just apparently decided that they don't need to be in the same location anymore. They're just going to go remote, which is what a lot of people are doing. I mean, Justin Cotler coming into HWPO is not going to Vermont or Boston or wherever they're headquartered. It's just going to stay remote. Most of the proven athletes are Australian. and they only come in for short stints out of the year. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that this is a wave? Do you think this is a ripple in whatever happens in the sport? Or do you think that it's a non-issue?
I think it's just a cost saving issue. I think they've moved around a few gyms just trying to figure out a space, and then maybe realize they don't necessarily need to, as long as everyone has what they have from their programming. Like, I don't think that you have to have everyone in the same space. I wouldn't like being like in a training camp the whole year round personally, but that's me, not everyone. I think they'll be fine. I don't think it's a huge issue.
It seems like a Torres thing more than, I mean, maybe a convenience factor that Dalen happens to be leaving too, but like, I don't think Fee was probably planning on necessarily moving anywhere. She's at the mercy of, well, Dalen's moving away, so Torres probably wants to, where's he going? Like,
there are rumors, but I don't really have any concrete info on it, so I don't want to.
I think it's a mistake. I think you need a headquarters. I think it's huge that Tia has. I know you say half of them are Australian, but so I have a feeling when Tia's home in Australia, she trains with them, so they get the benefit of training with Tia. And
but I don't think they need to own the gym and have that space. Like, I think wherever Torres needs, like if he wants to leave, let's say Florida in general, just to get away, get a fresh start, whatever he wants, wherever he'll be at a gym, like at a community, I feel like if there's a competition coming up and he has a few of his athletes come, most CrossFit gyms are very accommodating and will accept people for like a weekend or a week or whatever it'll be for their training.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't think that Brute has ever had a actual, I think they've always operated out of someone else's gym and used space.
Torres owned Naples.
Huh?
Torres owned Naples.
He did own that.
He owned the gym. He didn't own the building.
Well, I don't know. I just think, I mean, you've got your Krieger athletes, they all train together. You've got your program athletes, they all train together. I think Method is over there. Like, you still have TTT with their headquarters and Mayhem with their headquarters. Like, I think it's still sought out by athletes. They want that environment. I think
you want a training partner.
Sure.
Like a lot of those, like, you don't need the whole camp.
But all those you mentioned, how many people live in, other than Mayhem? Like, nobody's left at TTT. Nobody's training there.
Annika, Travis.
Annika's in Florida.
Annika travels
around.
Right. Like,
Alexis isn't there anymore.
Alexis isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Travis. And I mean, I don't know. They have some good athletes there, so it's not like there's no one there. Lydia, I don't think Lydia is even there right now.
Nope.
Yeah, but like, they come in when they need to.
They do come in.
They come in for the qualifier. They come in for the, the online semis, and
they have a place that they know they can count on. Like, TTT has a good thing there. Obviously, Proven has a good thing there. I still think there's something to the camps. And yes, maybe that's just a space, kind of like Underdogs had their little space that they rented out for a while, and same as Brute for a little while. Like, maybe he needs to find a gym that will give him some space that his athletes can come to on occasion.
I think there's something to having a coach have eyes on you versus, just sending a program each week or whatever it is. Like, there's something with having, your main coach watching you, giving you feedback right there. But I don't think it's necessary to have the whole camp there. That's my opinion. I think the coach is more important than the camp.
Okay. Well, it's a big change after winning 2 years in a row.
Yeah, James and Hopper.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'll figure it out. They've been doing awesome the last 2 years. And now you said Hattie's joining them. right?
Yeah.
So they'll have on the female side, Fee, Emma Lawson, Hattie. Trying to think. Yeah. Good mixture.
All right. Well, in the middle of this show, we're going to do a little fun event, and that is really the games are over. We have Rogue left, but really the season's pretty much over. And so what we decided to do is our top 5 moments from the 2025 season. And who wants to do their top 5 first?
A full top 5, or just are we going back and forth?
Do the full top 5.
I can go. Mine are really
I'm writing mine down right now.
Specific moments. They're kind of things, and some are broader. Like I'll say number 1 would be the individual CrossFit games. I think it was a highlight for this year. Kind of brought them something. Sorry, the laundry is like finishing up, so if it gets loud, it's
like everyone finishing, no injuries.
Yeah.
The fans that were there, it was emptier, but the fans that were there were great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the games was a high point. I really liked the Tier Wodapalooza SoCal Cup. I think that was, I just think highlighting and doing the world in the US, it's needed. You need that little, I think specific moment was the fuck the fix, the quick fix. We are the CrossFit campaign that came out, like that immediate like week of that was a big defining changing moment. Like media's back. Like we I like that. So I give that one. Another moment for me would be James winning Wodapalooza at the beginning of the year. I thought that was like really telling about his fitness because people were just questioning him. So that one was a highlight for me. And then the formation of Boys Interrupted. I think that did a lot for the year, just media in general.
That was a really good addition to the media side. Like just like seeing athletes talk, banter, talk about workouts, just their strategies, other things away, just personal note. I really have enjoyed their podcast quite a bit. I missed the one from this week, but I got to catch up on that. Yeah, forgot about that. That's a good one. I like that.
Do you want me to go?
Sure. I'm still brainstorming.
Number 5, Lucy Campbell winning Wodapalooza out of the blue over Laura Horvat at the end. I don't think anybody saw that coming. Nobody had that bit on their bingo card. Came out of nowhere, and Lucy Campbell's just cool as shit. And it was awesome to see that happen. Number 4, open announcements. And I say open announcements because Froning wearing the Rocky shorts and Tyson Bajent being at Workout 3 and the trash talking at Workout 3. I thought it was the best year of open announcements we've had in a long time. Number 3, I will give a shout out to WFP for one thing. The final event of Tour Stop 1 with the overhead walking lunge and the devastation that took on a lot of athletes made that one of the most exciting finishes in the entire year. Number 2, Hopper failing the snatch and having to try to recover to then go on and win the CrossFit Games. And number 1, Tia wins for the 8th time.
Yeah, you had good like moments. Specifically if I was going to pick a moment, it was going to be Hopper's snatch. Like that was pretty good.
Okay, I just wrote down a bunch of things, moments from the year that just caught my eye. Lucy's comeback in general, Wodapalooza, and the games as well. Specifically at the games this year, like the one workout with the deadlift, handstand walk, and just kind of solidifying herself back in the field for the woman was awesome. The men's race in general, just overall this year, Hopper winning, but just how close the men's race has gotten has been super exciting. On the women's side, like we just, if Tia enters the field, we just know that it's a fight for second. But the men's race has been, exciting to watch. Tia's Fran at Waza being last. I never thought I would see any workout. I don't even care what shape Tia's in. I never thought I would see a day where Tia finishes last in a workout. To me, that was crazy. I think even like 7 months pregnant, she was beating me in the open. So crazy. The formation of WFP just in general is, other opportunities for athletes, other competitions for us to follow, just the comparison of our season, their season, what's going to happen, the scrutiny that we have with that like new league operating. So in general, that just waiting to see what's going to happen with the final. What else I have? I wrote NorCal down. Just memories for me. Memories in general. NorCal.
My top 5.
What's that?
That was just outside my top 5.
Yeah, I mean the community part of NorCal was amazing.
And it was like the
drama of NorCal was.
Even though you were on the outside looking in at the end, it was super, super tight.
Yeah, I mean it's still memorable, I think, of the year. That's what I wrote down. The rest you guys have already all named some of the points that I wrote down. So yeah.
What I found when doing this is like how long this season is. Like the Rich and the Rocky shorts seems like 3 years ago, and it was really just the Open this year, and that almost blew me away. So it was a fun exercise to go down memory lane. So, why do I think my viewership has grown? I think it's grown for a couple of reasons. One, I think that everybody on this podcast and on the Lunch podcast is becoming more comfortable in being our true selves. And I think that is starting to show more. I think we have been promoted by some of the biggest names in the space. And that has helped tremendously. And I don't go a day without thanking my lucky stars for all of that. And I've personally thanked many of them. And I think we work hard. I think we work hard to put on a show every week. We do a rundown. We do all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, we have to be who we are. And I think that, especially this group, it's taken a while to find like that right footing. And I think we found it in the last 6 months or so. And I feel like it's becoming a more honest show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of shows have talked about this. Like most people start a podcast and they last like 6 episodes and they fade off. I mean, you've stuck through this and we show up every week. I know we've had some off weeks that we haven't made with traveling and things, but we are pretty much here every week. And I think a big part of it, not just our Sunday night show, but I do think a huge part is you showing up every day at lunch and being a consistent voice and getting your face out there more often. It's hard to, like, I honestly don't know how you or Saban do it every day.
It is way harder than I ever thought it would be. And I texted Savan and told him that, like, I did not realize how hard it was to do a daily show. I don't know how he does it. And I just keep trying. It's tough though.
Yeah. We thank all of you. Like, seriously, anytime anyone mentions us, Hiller clipping you, Saban, you talking about us and saying, hey, go catch the lunch show. Like, it's huge.
I think it's because of you and because you take more risks and don't shy away from real issues and your companions. And when you take those risks, we judge you, but with that judgment comes attachment.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Consistency with times and shows. Also, you don't seem to hold back like before.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I like when you riff. Yeah, it does. It does provide attachment. Like, we may have opposite opinions or we may have similar opinions, and either one of those like gives us something to latch onto.
Yeah, and I think like there are times where we do have differences of opinion, but we're able to talk about it, see different points. Talk about what's happening in the space, support different people in the space, not just the athletes, but the community, the masters, looking for topics of, highlighting different things. I think that's important. I think, screw on.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Gosh, wow, you guys are too kind.
Yeah.
AKA the endless number of podcast failures. I'll leave it at that. The lunch show is so fun. You all are authentic and we appreciate it. I come here for the level-headed, mostly pragmatic takes. Those can be pretty rare in CrossFit media. CrossFit comes for the Daily Smear campaign. And you include us in the chat, not just talking at us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you guys are what makes it fun.
It does make it fun. Again, Sevi has gotten so big that's hard to rein in that chat, I can't imagine trying to keep up with it. The more you guys comment, it is hard to follow.
Yeah.
But we love it.
So we're going to finish out the show with this. MFC is this weekend. It is the Masters Fitness Championships. It is in its 6th year, which is unbelievable to realize. They were, if people don't know, they were the competition that actually kept going during COVID. And the person that runs that event owns a set of nursing homes. So they went through all of these medical protocols to be able to keep that event going, to be able to get volunteers in, get them screened, do all these kinds of things to do that. And they've been able to sustain that for 6 years. And that's something pretty amazing.
Did you know that it's
who owns it?
It was a collective of people. There was a group of people that got together and used to work out and do the semifinals for the Masters games together.
It's still mainly Jamie, right? Jamie Free.
It was actually Bobby. Oh gosh.
Are you doing? No, sorry, you're injured right now.
I cannot.
Wow. That was.
It's Bobby. Gosh, I can't think of his last name. He's the one that owns it. Jamie Free kind of runs it.
Yeah, I know what. Yeah. Did you know that it's back at the original location? It's not at the. Yes,
so the convention center.
It's not at the convention center this year.
No.
Is that a smaller place that they've gone to?
Yes, it's smaller. Yep.
It's smaller, but not much. I mean,
but it doesn't mean bad. That bringing things back down sometimes to make the event busier and can be better.
Yeah.
Because some of these big convention centers, when they're not utilized, they just feel empty. The atmosphere feels dead.
Yeah, but there's more people this year because they're doing the teams count they're doing a partners aspect this year. So there'll be even more. What was
cool, the year they did it at the downtown convention center, the baseball stadium is across the street, and they did the running event around the upper corridor of the baseball stadium.
Oh, sweet.
So you would do a lift, and it was on cement, very well run, and then you would take off on a run the whole way around the baseball stadium. It was really an epic event, fun to watch. But I like the downtown convention center for location way better than the other one. You are right in the hub of all the restaurants, all the hotels. Everything is in walking distance. Very much like Columbus, for things, where the other one is out a little bit, and then it's a little sketchy to find a place to eat, even though the venue was really nice.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew, better hotels for sure.
Yeah.
Smaller doesn't mean bad, but getting to Fort Wayne sucks. It does. There's no direct route. And I live in the neighboring state, but I end up driving. I say I'm not going to go. And then I drive up every year and go for a day and check things out. Cause it's only 2.5 hours from my house.
Yeah. It's 2 hours for me. as direct as anything. I don't know.
But with that, let's look at the workouts for this weekend.
I'm just pulling them up right now.
They are heavy. They have been on a kick to be.
So here we go.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in here.
Oh, are you all the way at the end? That's like one of the last ones.
Okay, yeah, I was going through them earlier.
They're pretty much in order. So
here we go.
I think you have one more.
You got one more.
One more. Yeah,
That's
I have to use my phone because
that's the first one.
Here. Yeah.
First event is Fast Break. And they're actually, RX Marker is actually putting up money to the winner, to like the podium of this event alone. Like 532, I think I saw.
Yeah, I think that's right. I saw 500.
Yeah.
From RX?
Yeah.
Nice.
If you use their rope. Yep.
Smart.
Would Jamie endorse the games coming to the Spartan campus?
Like the Masters games? You know what's funny is I was in Grand Rapids last night, and Amway is building a new stadium, and I was trying to think, would Grand Rapids be a good place to host? I feel like it could work out really well if they have this stadium, because they'll have a big stadium. I don't know. I'd be curious. I don't know if East Lansing would be great. I don't know.
Not a lot of hotel choices.
Not a lot of hotels.
To visit
Grand Rapids,
I will tell you. Grand
Rapids has a ton. So if they came to Michigan, I would say it'd either be in Detroit and do something, that way, or you go to Grand Rapids.
All right. So first one is Fast Break by RX Mark here. 100 double unders, 100 calorie row or 80 for the females, 80 double into 80 double unders, 70 wall ball, 60 double unders, 50 toes to bar.
Why do they write into?
Because it's a 2. So that first 100 double unders in row is a score.
Oh, okay. I was
so you're trying to sprint your row because you're trying to maybe win that one. But if you sprint your row, are you coming off and doing good at more double unders and wall balls? I don't know. Yeah, that's a 2-part score. I really like this one. I think it's a great workout.
CrossFit says pure CrossFit.
Yep. This one's probably one of my favorite ones.
I like it.
Yep.
All right.
Even though there's double unders. Ooh, I like this one better.
And all of the names are because of there was a team there in a Continental League, and a lot of famous basketball players came through Fort Wayne. So to commemorate them, all the names are basketball terms. So the next one is full court press. It is 21:59 on the deadlift, 30:60, 120 on the handstand walk. Time cap 9 minutes.
Another go. It reminds me, Carolyne, a ton of the WFP first qualifier that we did.
With the handstand walk with the handstand push-ups?
No, it was just deadlift handstand walk.
But yeah.
It was basically this workout.
Yes, it is.
Into the second part was.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I liked it too. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Only Masters athletes would remember the Continental League. Yeah, I think that's why they did it. CrossFit.
Yeah, I thought you meant the rogue qualifier that they just did with deadlift at that weight, and then the handstand walk with the handstand push-up.
Oh, they did like a wall walk complex?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was like 2 rounds, but it was like the 225 deadlifts again there with, I guess it'd be different, but yeah, yours was closer with the WFP.
The next one is triple threat, 4 rounds for time, 12 10 calorie acro bike, 12 box jump overs, 12 dumbbell bench press, 12 box jump overs.
Wait, 10-minute time cap? Hold on, let me see the map right now here.
So this goes up to all the way to at least 49, maybe even 54, has to use these 70s and 50s for bench press. And I think that is insane. There are going to be so many women over, that can't bench press these.
Are people going to get time capped?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm looking at the time right now. I'm like, did they test this workout?
I do not know. They probably had some dude test it who can
echo bike 12 cals in 15
The
seconds.
women
can't do that.
Unless they're a bigger woman who can sprint on a bike and in this
no one
dumbbell,
can sprint like a guy.
I know, but the dumbbell has to be absolutely nothing for you to have a shot at finishing this. It's I don't know. Again,
I think a lot of time caps there.
There's quite a few workouts that are too heavy, or I mean, maybe you could have used the 50s and 35s and made that a little less.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the 40 to 44 division that 50 pounds is.
It changes at 50.
Is it 50 that it changes?
Yeah.
Well,
I just looked on the worst site ever, Competition Corner.
There's gonna be 49-year-old women who can't dumbbell bench press 50s. I can tell you that.
Yeah, no.
And I think it's still 12 for them is the problem. Like their box jumps go down, but that doesn't make sense. It's like fewer box jumps, but like that's not the issue.
That's not the issue. This workout is all about the bench and the echo.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I guess.
Is it goofy regional start at lockout bench?
Yes, it is. It is goofy lockout. Yes.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes it even harder.
I just train that way. When I back up now, I back up with my arms straight. Like I learned how to do that at that regionals when we did Linda.
Yep. I do them that way all the time too.
Mike Tyson says 10-minute cap is tough.
It is. CrossFit.
CrossFit.
So yeah, I don't know. This one's interesting to me.
Andrew Sten, judge extraordinaire. Well, how is that goofy?
It's not. I think that's the way it should start. That's the top. I mean, you got to go down and up. Otherwise, you're doing a half rep to start.
It's like starting your handstand push-up with extended arms instead of on your head.
Correct.
It's the same thing.
Exactly. Yes.
It just makes sense in our sport. We never count that from your head for the first handstand push-up.
Take that cross fat.
It's just because most people like with dumbbells just lean back on their chest and go, and they try to count that first one.
That's me.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And most people do.
Next one. Above the rim. 20 bar muscle ups. 40, 32 bike erg. Good Lord, two bikes.
I know.
They didn't need that bike there.
No, they did not need the bike in this. And then, the sandbag cleans. I like it. Again, I think there's going to be people that get capped here.
And they love the sandbag cleans at MFC.
They sure do. But, hey, they at least are only doing 150, 100 here.
CrossFat back with an argument, a rebuttal. Do you start your strict press like that?
No, but that you would down presses from your shoulder, and it ends back down your shoulder. That's like an opposite.
You start your push-ups, arms extended.
You push-up,
and push-ups as well.
Yes,
I think the press is different.
I do it how Ronnie Coleman does it. Yeah, I don't think that should. I
actually think the press would be easier. Imagine if you started from the rig with your arms extended and you got to rebound your press.
Yeah.
Like if you get to do a second press, often like you're stronger if you got to rebound it versus a dead stop here.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think of it like push-ups or handstand push-ups. Yeah. You have to start in lockout.
All right. Man, lots of ergs.
Yep.
Here we go. Buzzer beater. 2 minute. Wow, that has been a theme of the year.
They love it.
If we do a top 5 of themes of 2025, it is the interval 2.
I think MFC does it every year.
I know, but it's been in everything that I've watched this year.
Yeah, but MFC's done it every year since I've known. Like this is a common workout for them.
So it's an AMRAP. every time.
Yeah, you pick up where you left off. You're just going for as many rounds as you can total over the whole thing.
I don't love that.
4 snatches, 3 cleans, 2 shouldered overhead. If we want to take a trip down memory lane, to be fair, that's kind of how Camille did her presses.
That's true. She did.
It's but they were just a couple bounces.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
She just backed up and kind of lifted it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I like this one. It's fine.
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird to do like the snatches into the clean position, shoulder to overhead, and you just go ahead and go back and forth with 3 barbell movements. I don't know. I
mean, I prefer it though. Like if it was have this or have a 1 rep max lift, I'm thankful they have this.
You're just hinging. You just did deadlift. This is all on like just.
Oh yeah.
Just more ground to overhead in different ways. I don't know. I don't think this one's that great.
All right. Paint battle. 6 rounds for time. 2 legless rope climbs, 6 front squat, 12 lateral burpee over bar.
I think 80% of people are going to get capped on this. I think this is way over programmed for this group. Part of the problem is if you go look at the leaderboards, like a lot less people signed up this year. And I think they need to look at that because there were people who qualified who didn't sign up because they had put out kind of like a general guideline and there was things like 125 overhead squat on there. And people were like, I'm not signing up for that. And so they ended up dropping down to like 40th place of like people that probably don't have any business doing some of these weights and movements. Like, I don't think they're going to get through these. So until you get a stronger field, you can't program like this.
And 12 legless rope climbs for females in the masters division is overprogrammed.
Yeah.
Paired with like other things in there.
Yeah. Even the 45 to 49, theirs is 1 legless, 1 regular.
Okay. That makes sense though.
I still think by round 4, they're going to be struggling on their legless.
I just think it's not the field to do 12 legless for the females with front squat, which will get the shoulders, and then pressing.
Yeah. I think this one's overprogrammed for the count.
For the field, right? Like you're talking about a games workout that's different, but for this.
Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't mind doing this workout, but yeah, I don't know.
And I think
I also think the same amount of legless for the males and the females is a movement that's always tough because like the men literally jump up and they're like 1, 2 touch.
Yep, it's a miss for sure.
Like it's not even the same movement.
So then there might be quite a few. Okay, so when I say 80% are going to get capped on this, I am talking about females.
Yeah, females.
I don't even think about the men. They might be fine. They only 20% might get capped, maybe none. I don't know, but that will be a problem if it's great for the men and an awful workout for the women.
Then we go Fort Wayne Fury, run 9 overhead squats. Don't know what the run is.
It's around the competition floor. So it's staying inside. It's going all the way around. I'm guessing it's going to be 200 or less.
Like it's 125 for the division of 40 to 44 as well. 9 to 45.
Yes, it is 125 it would have been 125 for me as well.
So 45 reps at that weight for some of those divisions. I just think is heavy for some of those divisions.
It's way too heavy. I would have struggled at this and the run would have been pointless, which I think is a problem.
It is 1 lap around the comp floor.
Yep, 1 lap.
Is it like it's 200 meters?
Yeah, that or less. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know because we only had 1 section open when I was there in 2020. So there is the option to open it bigger, just like Columbus. So I don't know how big they'll have it open.
Yeah, it's a version of Naughty Nancy because Naughty Nancy in 2020 for the games was the run. The overhead squat was at that weight for the elite individuals doing the games. And then they had bar facing burpees. But then because the bar facing burpees are in the last workout, it's not in that one, in this one. But it's very similar.
Yeah.
And then, is this the last one? Yep.
Correct.
Baseline drive, 4-time, 120-foot single overhead lunge, 500-meter ski, because we don't want to leave out any ergs.
Right.
120-foot double front rack lunge, 500-meter ski, 120-foot double farmer lunge.
You know, you got to have your lunge finisher. I like this workout personally. I like
fun.
lunging though. Yeah, it's a good finisher.
I think for the masters, that going with the single overhead lunge is smart, because I think a lot of athletes in the masters division would really struggle with the double overhead lunge. Like if you went double overhead, front rack, and then farmer, like I think the single overhead is appropriate for the masters division at those weights.
Yep. Yeah. So it's 3 on Friday, 3 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. So the run and then the lunge is the final on Sunday.
So I'm not as into programming as you guys are. We do this and I let you guys run the show. But I've been to MFC all years, all 5 years. There are definitely trends. They do that ski erg, like lungy or something like that every single year. They do like it. There are definitely trends to their programming for sure.
Yeah, there are. There's not a long workout this year. The longest workout is 14 minutes. That first workout, I think they needed to have something like 18 minutes, which they usually do. They usually have something that's 18 minutes. I sort of don't like that. Like I said, 2 of them I think are overprogrammed, but overall, I like it.
Guarantee a lot of masters have my good shoulder.
Yeah, like the workouts are fun. When I think about, you don't always like you're proing for a masters competition, but even at the masters competition, it's not all the top of the top.
Yes.
Right. You're gonna get a wide range. I just think some of them are overprogrammed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's this weekend, guys. If you're so inclined, head on up to Fort Wayne, Indiana at the Downtown Convention Center. It's a beautiful area of town, lots of restaurants, lots of hotels, maybe not lots to do, but stuff to do. But you'll be too busy cheering on all of your friends at the competition.
And they are even doing the pairs for the CrossFit season, and it's 18 to 34. Like there's a overall pairs will win.
So can I ask a question? Who asked for a CrossFit Games pairs competition?
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how this.
It has not been promoted at all by CrossFit itself.
No, not at all. I think they mentioned it. I want to say they mentioned it last week or the week before, briefly, and I'm like, oh yeah, I thought that was at our CrossFit Games that it was, but it's at the Masters one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been promoted. I don't even know.
I feel like they pushed it at the Open. Like right around the Open, they said, go ahead, because you could, out of the Open, you could go sign up. So I feel like it got some press at that time, and then nothing since.
And I'm not trying to dig on them. If they want to do it, fine. But it doesn't seem like it's truly a part of it. It's almost like the afterthought.
Yeah.
And we've never had pairs in the past.
It's same sex, Judy. I'm almost certain.
So it could be husband and wife, and that's fine.
Okay. No. I mean.
But anyway. Yeah, it's same sex teams. Do they have all the age groups?
Yep. There's the Open, which is literally anyone could have signed up for. If you have anyone that's in between 18 to 34, then your team would be in the Open category. And then there's teens, and maybe there's no teens. Maybe it's just whatever to 34. And then you get your age brackets by 10 years, 35 to 44, 45 to 48 to 54.
It was like at age groups for the college division that I could never find. Because did they run during the
I have no idea how. I don't know that. I don't know. Did they have college age group games?
I don't know. Usually they do it like before the games.
They had the collegiate division at Pitt.
Okay.
Because we went to that and we watched them. We had 2 teens go and we watched, and so they had the young teens and the college.
So CrossFit asks, anyone we know doing it?
Oh yeah,
I don't know who's on the teams. That usually gets a pretty good sign up. Anna Tunnicliffe Tobias always does MFC.
I actually don't think she's doing it.
She's in the chats asking for deets.
Oh, was she?
She was.
I didn't see. I didn't even look at my age group's leaderboard of who signed up. But yes, she does always do it.
Yeah, she always does it, and her mom always does it.
Ronica's doing it. If you guys follow my
sure
people.
There's always like a handful of like the games guys that do the team just to come hang out with their buddies and do that. So I'm assuming they'll do the pairs.
Yeah, I'd have to go into the pairs. I had that open earlier. I was gonna look
just
at
shut down Competition Corner too, and
you?
It's on Competition Corner CrossFit, and you have to search by 2025 Masters. If you try Masters, it doesn't show up.
So, all right, there's the Army Warrior Fitness team has a team. It's Jonah Staten and Alec Barrowcliff, so nobody that I know. Krieger has a team. Matt Poole and Adam Gregg.
Amen CrossFit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily see any like huge younger teams that would catch any. Let's see if there's any women.
Anyway, there it is. I wonder if CrossFit is testing it to see how it does. Maybe moving away from 4-person teams. Waza does really well with the 3-person teams. Any just quick thoughts on that before we say goodbye?
I mean, yeah, they could be testing it, but again, I hate that stuff. Like, if they're testing it, then freaking put some effort behind it and some media behind it. Yeah. Don't say, well, see, that was a fail. That didn't work. You didn't even really give it a fair shot.
I think they got to bring back the team series online. That would have been better.
Yeah, I like
online format. That worked so well. You did it. You do it around, this time of the year, October, November. You do a team series, and then you promote the open after that. I think that would be more a better thing. Like online, you could go mixed or doubles.
Well, what they need to do is
have
one of these comps be the final, kind of like Mayhem is for the in-service. Like, whatever, do your online teams, and then this event is your in-person for like the top 20 teams. They go here and they compete.
Yeah. But I think the team series would work again online.
Team series was one of my favorite things every year. Because anybody
and this is the right time to put it right now.
CrossFit said it worked for elites. No one in affiliates did team series. My affiliate did. We had probably 10 teams, 10, 12 teams every year.
We had team series.
Yeah.
Now, because of schedules, a lot of times you're doing like all 4 workouts in one day.
Scott's trying to end the show.
Yes, I am.
All right, fine.
I got to get back to work tomorrow.
Same.
So with that, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a great crowd, great topics. We'll be back next Sunday night. This week is Lunch with the Clydesdale all week. I'm going to start like an interview series where I have someone on and have lunch with a friend. Josh Hicks is going to be on Tuesday, the head of medical for the CrossFit Games, for the WFP, for a lot of different events. He's coming up with safety protocols, safety manuals. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but really just hang out with him for the 45 minutes. And yeah, that'll be Tuesday. With that, we'll see everybody next time on Sunday night. Whoops. Sunday Night CrossFit Talk.